Okay, this is a video just comparing nursing styles. Um, Basically, whether you prep for your shift or you don't prep for your shift. And I'm not talking about like equipment, scrubs, or food or anything like that. I'm talking about actually preparing for your patients or not. There are two basic camps. There's the nerdy or beginner nurses, or just the very, very diligent nurses that are early birds. Maybe we call them early birds or late birds, okay? We could do that. Early birds, I myself am one, we come in early. And what I mean by early is anything before, let's say, the shift of 20 minutes. I come in usually a little over an hour before shift. I mean, it scares people. But usually when you come before a shift and you're early, it's anywhere between 45 minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes. You're considered really early. They're like, wow. Anything before 30 minutes or 20 minutes or so, you're kind of coming in right on time, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's average, let's say. And then there are the late birds that come in like 5 hours before shift, 5 minutes, before shift, or 5 minutes after shift starts. Anywhere in that time frame, you're late birds, in my opinion. You could be. It makes no bearing on you being a good nurse. That's not a litmus test of you being a good nurse or bad nurse if you're one camp or the other. I know many seasoned nurses tend to be late birds. When they're just in there so long and they can figure things out, they can do their nursing by sense of smell. That's great. I would say the majority of seasoned nurses are late birds. Okay, let's say that. Sometimes it's just the way their life is. They had to drop off their kids and whatever, their commute is whatever, traffic, etc., etc. But the majority of older seasoned nurses that have been in there for a while are late birds. And the majority of newer nurses like myself and inexperienced nurses tend to be early birds because we need that extra time to prepare. Don't get me wrong, I know many older nurses, seasoned nurses, 20-year nurse plus, they still come in an hour or plus before shift like I do. That's just the way they always done their nursing. They always like going over the charts. They always they don't trust the handoff, really, is what it comes down to. I actually had a friend who, she used to do that and still take long handoffs. I never understood that. I was just like, wow. At least I come in early, do my chart. I just get through the handoff. Just, give me my patients. Tell me what's not on the chart. Let me know what's going on. What? Oh, they don't like, chocolate. They want their decaf coffee at 2 a.m. That's what turns them on. Fine. The little things that you really don't find in the chart. Stupid stuff. Don't ever say this word around them. They don't talk to their wife. They have two girlfriends besides the wife. They have two boyfriends besides the husband. They have two husbands besides the boyfriend. I don't know, whatever, right? So there are things that don't go on the chart that you would like to know about. That's the things I really like to have in handoff. But I come in early to know everything about the chart. All right. Late birds, they just I call them charting with a blunt crayon. That is a joke between me and my girlfriend. She's a nurse that charts. She's a late bird. She charts with a blunt crayon, and she gets by. And not get by. She's an excellent nurse, actually. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of the seasoned nurses are great nurses, and they could do that. Some of them are not. And I'll say that right out the bat. I don't have a problem. I'll call out the ones. No problem. I won't do it on video, but I'll state that. There are a lot of seasoned nurses that come in late and should not. They should come in early, in my opinion. There are a lot of early birds that come in early and do all that, and they don't really need to. They're great nurses. Me, I need to. I absolutely need that hour before shift. I need that prep time. I am screwed. Whenever, like, let's say I'm floated last minute or something like that, and I'm like, what? Or they change. I've had, my 6 patients, and then they change every one of them. And I'm like, holy F. So basically, I'm a late bird at that point through no fault of my own. It ruins my shift. I mean, I recover, but I'm not done charting until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, when I should have been done like 11, 12, 10, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., something like that on average, you know? I'm just completely discombobulated, and I'm playing catch up the entire shift, right? I need that extra time. I'm not a good enough nurse that I can get by like my girlfriend can do that. But it doesn't mean you're definitively good, bad nurse if you're early or late. I just want you guys to know there are these two different types, basic types. There are early birds that come in no matter what. They're still not that great of a nurse. That could be from inexperience and you'll develop your skills, or they just, no offense, they should be doing another type of nursing. All right? It's always there. I know both ends of the spectrum. I know nurses that are doing it 40 years, they still come in early. They still chart, and they read the charts and whatever, and they still want handoff. On average, that little percentage, though, they're pretty good with their handoffs in the sense that they're like, okay, they're just double checking. But realize that, you know, you end up doing what is good for you, but when you start out, there's nothing wrong with being prepared. Go in early. I strongly suggest it. If you could develop into a nurse that doesn't have to, that's fine. That's great. Good for you. I have never grown out of that. I don't plan on growing out of that because I think it underserves my patients. I should be well prepared. I should, you know, if I have extra time, and there are times I'm like, okay, I know that, I'm still going to read. I'll go back into the notes as far as I can, as far as Epic will let me. You know, you want to know everything you can about the patient because that makes your job easier. It makes your service to them that much better, higher quality, in my opinion. You know, you don't want a nurse that doesn't know what the hell's going on. You don't want a doctor that doesn't know what's going on. You know, you want her to be able to respond to what the patient needs. You know, a lot of times, let's take pain management. They're like, she's just looking for, she's got pancreatitis. You know, they have chronic pain. You know, they've got an ulcer. Address the pain. Oh, they're getting more and more. I said, yeah, that's what pain tolerance is. That's they develop tolerance. So you have to keep going up. It sucks. It doubly sucks for them. You know, they don't want it. They don't want to become addicted. They don't want to have these issues, but you have to address their pain and manage that, you know. So a lot of times it's actually forgotten and lost, in my opinion, you know. So, you know, just be aware that you should prepare for your shifts, and you might need that extra time. If you don't, all the better. You got a photographic memory, or you work better under pressure. That's great. I don't like pressure. I don't like that. I like everything planned out. I don't like surprises. I'm not a surprise-minded guy. Okay? Good luck.